All right, so hit the got it button, and Juliet, you had a question for us, so we'll take you first.
Okay, awesome. Hi, thank you. Yeah, so if we could just walk through the part with the link context, I haven't quite done that yet, so figure we could do it now if you don't mind.
Okay. So I'm gonna go, I don't have any linked contacts in my demo account here, so this will be fun.
You can add my pet panda to mine if you want.
I don't even have you in here. This is all just dummy
Oh
stuff.
my.
It's a demo account. It's not real.
Oh, it's your demo account. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay. All
All
right.
right. So Laura, would you want to walk me through this so
Yeah.
that I don't waste a bunch of
So let's pretend Frederick Acker, we're going to add his wife. So let's click on the preview button for Frederick. And then we can add a linked contact. Yep, it almost does itself. It's so cool. So now it's going to assume that one of the nice features about it is it assumes that the person is in the same household. So when we get to that point, it's not going to ask you to fill in the address, which is a big time saver. And you can change it if they do have a different address. But here we would just put in her first name and her last name, and we can type anything into what is the relationship, like business partner or spouse or son or daughter. It's a free area that you get to decide what to put in there. And if they have a birthday, that's the main feature for having them separate if they live in the same household, is that you want to celebrate their birthdays. You put in the birthday and say add contact, and then click OK. And now Frederick's wife is going to show there under Frederica Acker, and now she's got her linked contact. And see, you could click on, see, we're still in Fred right now, Frederick. You could click right on Frederica right there and be taken to her record. So you can move back and forth quickly between. So right where you had your mouse on Frederica, in when you clicked on that, it took you here, right?
Yeah.
And so click on her address and you won't know it, but her address is going to be the same as Frederick's is. So let's back out to the preview page again. Sorry.
That's okay.
And let's add a linked contact to Frederick or Frederica. It doesn't matter. Let's preview and add another linked contact. And this time let's put in Frederica or Frederick and Frederica and last name Acker. And we can put in, and then this will be, and then the relationship would be spouses, right? Or husband and wife or partners or whatever you wanted to put in there, right? And that would be your record for joint mail. So click add contact. So if you're in any kind of an industry where you're celebrating individual birthdays and you want to talk to both people in the household once in a while, this is how it would look. You're going to have 3 entries, one for Frederick, one for Frederica and their individual birthdays, and then your joint mail, Frederick and Frederica Acker for the holidays or whatever. And you could put Frederick and Frederica into its own group, all ready to mail to in the holidays if you want to.
Thank you, Laura. Did that answer your question, Juliet?
Yes, and more. Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Anybody else have a question? You can unmute and ask, or you can put your question in the chat. Yvonne, Sandy, anything? Shannon? Okay, thanks all for coming today. No.
Let's just run through how to put an individual.
I think it's more
like
just fun facts of just trying to adventure through it yourself and like just kind of play around with it. It's like a little playground.
Yeah, just kind of going through and practicing for when I show it again. It's going to be a little different than where I'm so used to starting at a certain place. It's like, well, that place isn't there. It's there, but yeah.
Why don't we, Andrea, why don't we go down through the tabs on the left menu and just open each one, and so we can see.
Okay, I will do that. And I just want to point something out really quick that I know we all know about the purple tutorials button, but also when you go to the chat and you want to search for, well, actually, there's an even faster way to get to it. So I'm going to show you the fast way. Is go down. Is click on help and support over on the left-hand side. Can everyone see the second tab that opened up? Okay. And then video tutorials. There's like every single video that's inside the system is all listed out here for you too. And Sandy, what you were just talking about, where to start and stuff, is Justin has a really good, what does he call it? I think overview. It's short, it's only 4 minutes long, but
I watched it yesterday.
Is there no search in here?
there might be,
Go to the top. Oh yeah, there you go.
but I don't remember if it was called overview or not. Online wallet. Okay, welcome to Mailbox Power. That's the video that kind of gets you. Oh yeah, okay.
I was
that's where
talking about when I show it to another person, that starting point, because I'm always fascinated about what other affiliates are doing when they should have a one-to-one with someone. And I have a lot of them because I'm in BNI.
I usually go through the menu.
You
Just go straight down with the menu like we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm sure Andrea is just going to suggest this, but watching Joe's Tuesday overviews will widen your eyes and enlighten you. And I would go to his Tuesday overview and record it so you can watch it again and again. And the way he goes through it is dynamic and interesting and quick. And so if you're going to be doing your own presentations, learning from him is your best teacher.
And that's the Tuesday, right?
Tuesday at 5 Pacific Standard.
All right, so just so everybody knows, I have rehearsed this overview, I don't know how many times, and the shortest time I've gotten is like 55 minutes. So I don't know if you really want me to go down this column on the left-hand side or not.
I just want to make sure, Juliet, you're okay. You found the how to change a card in the automation.
I did, yeah, so I did, it's edit shipment, right? I went into that edit shipment because
Correct.
I've been sending that card for like probably over a year. Is there a way to tell when I started that? Or, because I know I should probably change it, so I thought. I needed to
When you,
address it.
is it like a birthday campaign? You have to make.
Yeah, it's just a birthday card that goes out.
Andrea?
Is there anything with the new system where what I'm gonna do now is make a separate campaign for like men and women, kind of make, I heard somebody mention that before. So is there anything in here that would make that easier, or I just do it like that? We always have.
Naming conventions are my go-to for separating stuff like that, so that when I see it, I immediately know. So for instance, your first thing about birthdays and or whatever the automation is, if you've been sending it out for a year or longer, it does show you the date it was created over on the left-hand side in automations.
Okay.
I don't know if that date changes if you edit it. Laura, do you happen to know, or does it
I've
stay
never
with-
paid much attention to date created. I think it might change it because doesn't it bring it to the top for a while?
Yeah, so let's see.
Definitely check
Nice
on that.
to meet you. I'm gonna click.
Oh,
Are you
edit.
just trying to change the dynamic of the card, or are you trying to change? Because I feel like when I watched the last one, the date definitely stays. But if you want to change it, it's just more of like a cut and paste type of thing. Like the actual visual part of it. Is that what you're
No,
talking
what
about?
she's talking about is once a year, we switch out our birthday cards and birthday gifts so that people don't get the same one the next year.
Oh, okay.
I thought Justin had I thought I saw a YouTube or a training on changing your
There
birthday
is.
campaign.
Yeah, it was super simple. That's the one I watched
Version 2.
yesterday.
good.
Yeah, Andrea knows. All you do is come in here and add a shipment, add your 2 new shipments, your next birthday card and gift, your next half birthday card and gift, and then delete the previous years.
So since that part is super easy, adding a shipment, and Zoom is slowing me down big time, I'm going to go back to all automations, and let's just assume that this date over here stays the same, because it does say date created. So as long as I don't delete it and start again, I can rename this to, you know, well, it's October now. Bday and half Bday. I don't know if there's a brownie in there or not, but that would be my clue that, yeah, it didn't change the date. That's when I need to change my cards, is obviously in late September, so that people aren't getting duplicates. That's what I would do. Did that help, Sandy? I'm not Sandy, Juliet, sorry.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Thank
Yeah.
you though, because it made me think I had opened my automations like in manage recipients, and then I started clicking stuff. I wasn't really sure what I was doing, but it was kind of fun because it is, Shannon. It's a play yard. It's like,
It
oh,
is.
look
It's a
at-
playground for us.
it's like, I wonder why I did that. Oh, look at this. You know, without watching the video, I have to make sure, because the videos are short. Kudos to the company for the short videos.
Yeah, for sure. We can thank Jim McCord for hounding them for the past 2 years. All
I
right.
prefer shorter videos. You get
Yeah.
more done during the day.
I'm loving the new editor and all. I mean, there wasn't supposed to be that many changes to the editor, but I am thinking that it's just amazing when you're in there. Love
How
everything
don't we go
about
take
it.
a look at that?
Right, because I haven't seen the new, I don't know that I saw the new feature yet. I have everything on automation. I'm not paying attention. It's just going out.
Where am I going? I'm going to a project, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we wanna say that?
Well, the nice thing is now we only have to use automations in very specific cases when it's a lot less of the time, which is really cool. You can, many things, or you can accomplish right through the cart now.
Yeah. It's nice.
Now I tell you, if you have a mail that you're sending it to, you could send him the same card every year and he would think it was brand new.
Oh, that's a good one.
Funny.
They don't care.
Very true, I'm sure. Okay, so what?
Yeah, tutorials, what to say, the magnifying glass, the nudging. I mean, they changed quite a bit.
What was the last thing
Right.
you said?
I haven't seen the nudging, but I've heard
The
about it.
nudging?
Yeah. Okay, so Brenda posted a video in the user group today, and I about lost my cookies because she has a slightly different version of this editor than most of us have. And I was like, Brenda, not all of us can do that. But she proved me wrong. So I will happily show you how to nudge your text if you have the same editor that I have, which is, well, let me go back up here. The two versions have, mine obviously is you type text in this box here, and you have the text size and font and all that over on the left hand side. Brenda's version has all of this on the left hand side, and her text box is also over on the left hand side. So it's a slight difference, but it
Why
makes,
is that?
Yeah, how should you do that?
Justin explained it once. It was a browser thing from users early on. And since then, everybody has gotten this version, to my knowledge. Okay. So it was, 3 years ago that was like that. So anyway, the way she showed it in the video wasn't working for me. So we got on, we screen shared, and she showed me how I could do it. So you select the text that you want to move, and I can't think of a really good use case for nudging text so much, but because if you click on transform, most of the time you want to center your text, and you can just drag it, find the pink line, and that's your center, right? But if you do want to nudge it for whatever reason, you select the box, make sure you select transform. And then if you know that you want to move it, a little more than 1 pixel over or up or down or to the left, whatever, then you're going to hold the arrow key down that in the direction you want to go, and it'll just keep nudging over. The difference is that it used to, you could only drag and it would snap to whatever position on the canvas that you didn't really have much say in exactly where it went. And now you do.
So you're clicking on transform and then just using your arrow keys, or you're holding, what are you holding down?
I'm clicking on transform and I'm holding down my right arrow key.
Okay.
And if I let go of that arrow key, I gotta start over. So I would have to click transform again and then hold my up arrow key. And it'll keep moving until I release the key.
I almost think about moving an app across your, laptop. I want this over here. It's just like
that?
Like minimal. Yeah, it's like super simple. It's kind of like just, when you're moving an app from one side to the screen to the other, it's just kind of like that.
Well, you can move the whole text box over, but only on a not landscape. What is it? Vertical? Portrait.
Portrait.
You get to the inside left and the inside right. On a landscape, you get one panel at a time, so you can't drag
smaller spectrum.
But you can copy it and go to a different panel. Oops. Go back to the back and click on the canvas and hit paste, and you didn't have to retype it or anything.
I added on the inside of the card on the left side. I have a lot of people on Facebook I'm acquainted with, but I don't know them very well. But I somehow magically got their addresses over the last couple of years. And so on that blank page, I wrote in there, because I have a special group and I throw them in there when I meet them, or it's people I haven't seen for a while. A little birdie on Facebook told me you had a birthday. So it's kind of a postscript, but I put it on the left side. So it kind of, because I want them to feel at ease that I'm not stalking them, but boy, they have no idea that I can find
in our
the name.
reality, we are stalking them.
Yes. Well, they're watching me, so fair about fair play, but just something to let them know that's where I probably picked up their birthday. And, so I don't know if that helps or
That's
not.
a good idea.
Yeah. Because I've got a lot of good feedback from this card.
That's good. Good feedback is all you need, right?
And the fun fact is
well, they just think it's really cute because, they don't expect it to say, well, it's not the best card ever, but it's definitely the most confident, right?
I love this card.
Yeah.
It's good.
So show us the magnifying glass.
The magnifying glass is down here in the lower right. And really it's extremely useful on postcards when, you can't see too much. But I'm going to click on zoom in.
Or we figured our glasses at work that day.
Exactly. Too bad I can't do it on everything, but you can keep zooming in, and then you get this map, if you will. You can grab it and move it around so that you don't have to zoom out and reposition. You can just drag it and put it right where you need it and zoom back out if you want to. And then
is that new? Magnifying glass? That's cool.
It's not that new, but Laura keeps shaking her head, so I don't want to argue with her, but
it's not, it wasn't version 2. I mean, it's been,
I didn't even think to use it.
So what to say is awesome as
what?
well. And the ability to copy and paste merge fields right into your,
what to say. This part is unbelievable. I love that this is here. I love the what to say part, but here, when you don't know what the merge field is exactly, first name, because that's something we use all the time. But what about, return street? Is it return street 1 or 2 or, all of them are right here, and you can copy and paste it into your text. And that way, you're not going to mess it up. So
where did you click on that?
I clicked on, I'm only inside the editor. This will only appear inside the editor. So you've got to be logged into a project and then just click on what to say. and all this comes up. So there's an intro, merge fields, and then all the different things, common mistakes that are made on holiday cards. That's handy. Everything here.
It's our little cheat sheet.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And current date, isn't that new, Laura? Current date and
It's
pet name.
not that new.
Current date used to be only in the Microsoft Word document editor, which is now gone. And current date is now in the MVP editor. So it's new to the MVP editor.
Okay, so current date, and then there's pet name. I don't know if they even mentioned that on the launch, but did they?
Yeah, I think it was on something. Maybe it was on a morning call. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was briefly mentioned on the launch.
Okay, so anyway, that's there now too, which is awesome. All right, is there anything else I'm missing inside here?
Well, the tutorial button is right
Tutorials,
there,
yeah.
which is really helpful.
That's super helpful.
All right, so am I safe to return to saved projects?
Yeah, let's ask
Do you have
Joyce
any-
what she needs today.
Yeah, Joyce, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so I made my first design. It's a postcard, and I imported my first group. Hey, Elle, could you just chill for 1 second? Just try to tame it down a little bit. Sorry, I got two little kids running around. And I imported all of my personal customers. Half of them order regularly, and the other half only haven't ordered in a while. And I plan on doing a reconnection-ish, campaign with them. Do I need to break them into two separate groups? Would that make more sense? Because I imported them as one group that are my personal customers. But then now I went to send the postcard, and I want to send it to the ones who order regularly.
I would do two separate if it were me,
Okay.
just to get like clearance. So then you're not just like siphoning through dates and stuff of when they last ordered.
Yeah, I tried putting in a merge field. I imported a column that said active for the ones that were active. And I put that into a merge field, but then I couldn't figure out how to use the merge field to like figure out who I was sending the postcard to. So then I thought, well, maybe I do have to split it into two.
I would do that. If I were you, I would do that.
Andrew, you can explain how the merge fields work. Do you want to?
So you added a custom merge field, correct?
I think so.
Okay, so and that's where that what to say feature where it gives the shortcut to the merge fields comes in extremely handy because I always get confused on merge 1 through 20. I'm going to go ahead and click on edit here because there's all the standard merge fields, and then you know that we have 20 additional merge fields that we can use. So I'm going to assume you put it in merge 1. Okay, and you put active. Is that what you said, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to save changes. Merge 1, active, save changes. So then, and you could import groups based on whether you filled out that merge 1 field or haven't filled it out. And you could really dissect the groups that you send to refine it. But when you go to saved projects or create a new project, whatever, I'm just going to pull up that birthday card again. Zoom. Okay, did it go? All right, so if you want to add the merge field, click up here and go what to say, merge fields, and then merge 1 through 20. So what they're showing you here is that there's no space between merge and the number that you want to use. So merge 1, if you copy that and put it in, obviously it does not make sense with the text that's there, but that is where you would use a merge field. So if you were wanting to use a merge field as a visual clue for you if they were active or not, then that's probably not the best spot. You should maybe use notes or something different. So does that help answer your question? I'm not.
That's actually going to type in active,
Yeah. It's
Oh,
gonna
the word
replace-
active.
the word active. So whatever word you put into merge one is what it's going to replace merge one with. So you got to be careful with that.
Is that what you were trying to do, Joyce?
No, I was just trying to send the postcard to the ones who were marked as active. So when I go to send it, that's the other part I'm not real clear on. Like I made it, I saved it, I imported the group, and I don't see where do I actually say go?
Right.
Where do I see? I mean, add to cart. What is that? I mean,
Did you want to set it up as an automation so that anytime you add someone to that group, it goes, or did you just want to do one bulk mailing and ship it?
one bulk mailing.
Okay, so then add to cart. We'll put whatever it is, a postcard card, okay?
Okay.
And you put it in, you don't want to put in, 150 because you're gonna, when you get to the cart, you're gonna go check out. And then you're gonna choose your recipients. So you can, if you import, like we suggested, your actives,
Oh.
your
That's awesome.
different groups, then you can choose the appropriate group. Click, then select everybody. Or can I just select the list, Laura?
No,
No,
you
I
have to
gotta
check.
select everybody, right?
Individually.
And go ahead and click that thing next to name. Okay, so that's a good way to solve it. So notice she's got 163 in there. If she clicked next to name right now, it would only choose the first 25. So she's going
Okay.
to solve that by increasing, see it says 25 recipients selected. So she's
Okay.
going to solve that by increasing her list bigger than 163. And then she can click next to name, and there she goes. She's got all 163 there.
And then I click on checkout.
Hold on one second. Okay.
And now we've got our total, and I can either schedule it to go out. Nice. Sorry, that was shocking to
Or-
see.
Your current balance is 18,000. Would you adopt me?
Yeah.
So you can schedule this baby to go out in the future, or you can place the order now and it'll go tomorrow.
Can I ask one more quick question?
Sure.
And then I'll have to shut my mute off because the babies will be screaming. But somehow I have two separate businesses and I want to take my referrals through my second business, but the postcards are going out under my first business. So now when I go to send my link out to my group, just to people that want to update their address, it has the name of my second business in my link, which doesn't make much sense to people because they don't know me through that business. If that makes any sense. Is there a way to change your
I'm
link?
gonna,
Yeah.
what kind of account are you on?
The
Pro?
middle one,
Pro, okay.
the 49.
So if I go preview and I hit refresh, are you asking them to update or to add their information? Do you already have their information and you need to know if it's correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is no way to update what it says when you're refreshing a contact. So let's go see what that says when we go.
Maybe to send out a mass email. I've kind of done that before. It's like, hey, just checking in on you. Want to make sure, kind of go that route if it
Mhm.
doesn't work this way.
What if
Okay,
you
that-
changed your link to just be your name? Then it would work.
Oh, that's a good idea. How do I
That's
do
a really
that?
good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
let's
are you
show how to
talking
do
about
that.
your referral code?
Yeah,
That's what she's
Yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about?
that's what she's
Yeah.
talking about.
yeah, because the
Oh.
referral code shows up on those links.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
just go into
Got two businesses, one business.
go into the
cards.
dashboard.
Yeah.
dashboard of
Keep going.
the affiliate?
Yep.
I can't because I can't use the live account because that would go
Oh,
against regulations. So
Is this your demo account or your live account?
it's demo, so I could become an affiliate in front of you.
hmm.
You're probably gonna, if you're gonna be using your demo account for training, you're gonna be wanting to show the affiliate dashboard because we're talking about that openly now. So you're gonna need it.
Okay, everybody close your eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
I got my eyes closed.
All right.
But we are recording, so.
It's not my real one. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
kidding.
Oh,
That's my
Who
real
wants to get a
one.
credit card?
Mhm.
All right, so continue. I was really hoping to be able to show how to become an affiliate, but I guess I'll have to pull this out of the recording and use that. Okay.
Why can't we use our own accounts on here?
So we
What is
can't
it?
show our affiliate dashboard.
You can't,
from
you're
our-
not allowed to share
FCC, you
information.
can't show money and stuff. So we're talking about the invitation link.
Yeah.
Joyce, it's
Okay.
going to be on your dashboard. You'll pull it up and this is what you'll see and you'll click that button.
Okay. And then I can change it.
Yep.
Okay.
there.
Beautiful. Well, that's easy.
But,
Yeah.
well,
And your
there's
name
a-
will just, or whatever you want it to be.
And if she has sent that link out before, is it still going to work to those? people?
No,
Yes.
No,
And
not the previous
no,
link.
And if,
Yeah.
It used to, did they change that?
yeah, it does not. And if you change it repeatedly, whatever links you've sent out prior don't. So she's got two businesses. If she's going to want it to be different for both, that's not a good solution. What I would do is run it through a Bitly or something like that so that you can name that link whatever you want them to see.
It's a Bitly.
Like bitly.com or
The
another
link shortener.
And that way she doesn't have to change her URL and she can refer to both businesses. Go to bitly.com, Andrea, on a new tab. And
Yeah, I know how to do Bitly, so I'm good with that.
okay, some other people were saying, what's Bitly?
Oh, I'm so
I didn't know that you could do this. Okay.
Yeah. This is a popular one. And she would just put her referral link in here and she can kind of name it whatever she wants to. And so then both would work. Then she could have one for both companies and both would work.
And then her customers would
I think
recognize it.
that's right. Can she do, Andrea, could she do? I think she can shorten the same link to two different ones.
Like name it two different things.
Yeah, so shorten that one. And then you get to decide if you want that, or you can make your own suggestions.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
There's
maybe not on the
it's
free
free.
account.
It's free. You can.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And by the way, sorry for my non-appearance yesterday. Moving from the other side of the country to this country and getting in the office is it's a fun fact. So my apologies.
Where did you move
Country.
from?
Where'd you
Where'd
go?
you move
Ohio,
to?
New Mexico.
Oh, well,
Ooh.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
And there's just air balloons. And right now, I mean, there's more than normal because it's air balloon fest. But normally they kind of slow down in the winter and then they start back up in the spring. But every time you go out, you're in the freeway, you could literally, it feels like you could high five the person in the basket. They're that low to the
Wow.
freeway sometimes.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that was a thing there.
it's so pretty. Yeah.
oh, more people are here. Yay.
Yes. There's more in all
All
the time.
right. So
Yeah.
So just for
Bitly-
those that are new in, we are doing a Q&A today. So if you have any questions about the new system or about anything, and you want to know how to do something or where something is, just unmute and feel free to ask your question.
So
Or you can
over
put it in
on
the chat.
So just to wrap up Joyce real quick, I'm not sure we were getting to what she was talking about because this SGSN2F, oh, she might have named it something.
She
Okay, so
already
in her
named
account, she
Yeah.
might have named it something that gave away one business but not the other. Yeah, she might have to go through a shortener or something to disguise it. And then that would be a good way to go.
Yeah. And Bitly, has changed their structure. So in order to customize the link, you actually need to be on a paid plan.
But on the
So
free
It
plan,
looks
at
like
least
I
you
was
she's
just
can
about to
lost
size
you.
it.
Joyce, are you still here?
No, she had
no,
to
she
go.
said she had to
Oh,
go.
okay.
She put a note in the chat.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
If it's
So they
a
are
site
charging. That's what I thought.
for sites that I'm gonna use a lot with like my other business, I have just bought a domain. Sometimes you can get them for like $9 or $10, you know,
Yeah.
with GoDaddy or something. So I don't know if that solves her problem with that. I didn't hear the first part of the question, but
Well, she was using one business to roll out the postcards and the other business was doing something else.
Wasn't it referrals from the other business that she was
yeah.
trying to?
And
Oh.
right. And I don't have another business. So but I kind of got that what she was looking
Yeah.
for.
Does anybody else have any questions? Or want to see something demonstrated?
well, I do again if nobody else does, but I'll wait if someone else
Go
has
ahead,
one.
Juliet. I saw you put your question in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, okay, so the first thing is I went and created a group that just said birthday card mail. Cause I'm trying to, you know, send a different card from, like, I don't want the husband and the wife to get the same card. So I created the group, but you know, the regular birthday card campaign that's in there from the company says active campaign. And this new one I created, where do I make that an active campaign? How do I do that?
Not same place.
Okay,
can't- well, like-
so you have two automations set up,
Yeah. I
one
just set up the
for
second one.
males and one's for female, correct?
Yes.
And they're set up as automations, not just groups.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just created a new group.
Okay, so you have to create the automation
Oh,
to take in the group. So
okay.
your first automation could be, I'll do it, would be
Okay.
birthday. And we'll do male, Bdays, 10, 21,
Mail.
10, 22. Okay, so you can keep track of when you need to
Great
change it.
idea.
That's brilliant, Andrea.
That's a great idea. Oh my gosh. Because I just noticed I created this card on 9/27. So this month people have gotten the same card.
Ah, yeah. So shipment name, mail, Bday card.
Hey, what's up?
And we're gonna do 10 days. Just pick a birthday card and save shipment.
Forget the card. Just give me the brownies.
Yeah. And then you're gonna want to toss in your mail contact birthday group. And to even clue yourself in more visually, let me enroll a group just to cover bases here. I don't have a mail group, but you get the gist. Is I would go over to contacts, and even though the company gives us all these catches, you know, like if it's an automation and you're in the edit, I'll just show you. I guess I could have done preview too, but groups, right? It gives you these little visual clues. But I always like to, because, you know, after a certain amount of contacts, you could get lost. So I would rename one of my, I'll rename it here. Well, I did it in this particular version. So anytime it's connected, that group is connected to an automation, I call it active campaign. You toss somebody in here, they're getting something and it's going to cost you money. So go and make sure that's what you want to have happen, right? Usually it is, but sometimes you're like, oh, no, not that group. So just add active campaign or automation to the, you know, the beginning or the end of your group name to remind you that it's connected.
But okay, so you created a new automations mail birthdays, and you just went and added a group. What I want to do is take the males out of my current birthday card active campaign and move them into this one.
You can do that too.
Okay,
But
and
you'll
make
have
sure
to.
that it's like just naming it active doesn't make it active, right? I need to, how do I make sure it's, I want it to go out.
Not on contacts. Putting active in your contact group name is just to remind you. In your
Right.
automation, you'll notice that there's a status column, pause, active, the rest are paused, right? In order
Okay, there it
to
is.
activate it, you're just gonna click on options and activate automation.
Okay,
And now it's gonna turn green.
okay,
Now, anybody you throw in there, whether you do it through a group or individually, is gonna go.
okay.
Did that help?
And yes, so now I go into my current active birthday campaign and just go search for all the males and I can add them to this new one because it's now been created.
Yes, if you go and do that, yes.
Is that the easiest way to do this? Because I can just check them all, right? Or no, I have to do it one at a time. I have to go into each contact.
Yeah, I would,
You can check
if I were
them.
you, I'd
Individual, I was thinking.
now remember, be careful when you are taking people out of your campaigns, because you want to unroll them. You don't want to delete them because they'll delete
Okay.
off your all contacts as well.
So don't
Okay.
you have to, when you separate a group like that, don't you have to go into each one and look for the box to uncheck or check? Because
That's what I was thinking.
each contact has a box, you know, of some sort in my life.
Yeah.
Do you have someone in a birthday campaign in this demo account, Andrew, that you could just try to move into that male birthdays to see what that looks like?
Here's
Well-
another thing I can suggest though. If you take your whole birthday, like male and female, upload it into Excel, do it in there because it's easy to do it in there, and then just download them back into the correct group,
Oh,
like the female and the male.
okay. That's probably,
That's a
That'll
good
probably
idea.
be faster than.
That's a
be
great
going
idea.
through-
That's what
Mm.
I would do. And
Okay.
Laura's the one that got me over my hyper awareness of duplicates in my account. So thank you, Laura, for that, because it used to bother the snot out of me.
But yeah, I think that's the best way, Juliet.
Okay.
It's so fast to do it in Excel.
Yeah, because otherwise, you're right, you would have to do it individually, and that means going in and editing each. Well, you could
Yeah.
do the preview wrap, but you still can't add unless you add them.
So
to-
time consuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we go into automations and look at add an individual contact under manage members or whatever they call it?
Mhm.
Can we just peek at that real quick? And by the way, if that nice to meet you has real people in it, Andrea, and if any of them have birthdays, they're about to get birthday cards out of this demo account. Okay, so
I've got plenty of money to cover it.
So let's scroll up and go to enroll a contact. It's just
You
one.
could always put in there, just making sure you're recognized.
Yeah, okay. So you have no way of knowing if they're already in a birthday thing already, but this is how you could, oh, look at that.
Yeah, the preview button there.
Oh, so, okay, look right there. So it tells you the automations they're enrolled in. So that would be another way to do it without getting duplicate, triplicate contacts, because if Frederica wasn't in automations, right there in her preview where it says automations, it would say what automation she was in, okay? In fact, I think Frederick had one, or one you just clicked on showed, it was, there we go, automations is in demo campaign 1 postcard. So now you know that Frederick is not in a birthday campaign. So you could then check mark him on the left and then go on and preview the next person. So depending on how big your database is, you could run through this way and say, okay, here's a birthday. Are they in a, and it's a man, are they in a campaign? Let's preview and take a peek. And if not, check mark them and get ready to add them to this new male birthday automation.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for a lot of people with large databases, that might be a little too much, and exporting to Excel is very fast. But if your database isn't huge, that's definitely one way you can accomplish it.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Or if you're bored one day and just want to click.
Yes, a time killer. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else?
Thank you for the folders. I have been wanting folders
Mhm.
or because I was scrolling, looking for, right? And it was like folders. Now I have all these folders. So, but it's how I organize stuff. So it saves time. Yeah.
It
Saves
really
me
is a great
time.
addition. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we're officially old when we get excited about folders. I get excited about
Proud to
having
be
ice in my
old. Yes.
Starbucks.
All right,
Good.
anybody else? Any more questions? How to do something, where something is, where
About
something's
our two
hiding out?
newbies, or not newbies, but new to the meeting. They just joined a few minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Diana. Yeah.
You guys have any more questions?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it all out. So I'm not even ready to ask the question yet.
No problem. When you're ready.
Yeah, I'm just watching right now. I'm trying to figure it out.
All right.
It's a lot of hands-on. You mess up, you go back, you realize what you did, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
I'm
there
fine with it.
somewhere you want us to show you, Diana? Like,
Seriously,
start?
not even
Not ready?
begin. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just at the very, very beginning, just watching.
So Diana, when you get going, are you going to be doing bulk mail to lots of people, or are you going to be
No,
doing-
probably more specific to individual clients, that kind of thing. Thank
So
you.
you'll want to. Oh, okay. So you might want to set up a generic thank you that would apply to everyone, just an automation. And then you just click a button to send a thank you out to anyone that you need to thank. And I was just thinking kind of, Andrea, you might want to demonstrate how to get an individual like condolence card into the mail, and then, you know, a bunch of people through the cart, and then why and when you'd use an automation. But we're running out of time anyway.
We've got 10 minutes.
So I'm going to show you the automation first, because there is a really quick and easy way that's, well, they're both kind of quick and easy, but you can click on install an automation. When you click on automations on the left side and install an automation, will take you to some pre-configured automations that are free. And if you don't fit into any of these three categories, the general business one will certainly cover you there. And when you select that, there's nice to meet you, thank you, birthday. And of course, I've already installed them, so they're there. And then, are you aware of the purple tutorial buttons up on all the pages?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you that, because those will probably save your tushy more often than not. So, and the tutorials button will show you different tutorials based on the page that you're on. So when you click this, you're going to find tutorials relevant to contacts. And if you're in projects, you're going to find tutorials based on projects. And I should have clicked it so you could see the titles of them, but you can see that these are just for projects. So depending on the area of the site you're in, those tutorials will be specific to that. And now I've forgotten what else I was going to show. What was it, Laura? Oh, how to add one card to the cart.
Sorry, I got distracted by chat. I apologize.
I did too. I just looked over.
So I think what she said, if you wanted to just send an individual card and you've got a card pretty well set up and ready to go, you can do a couple of things. You can duplicate the card if you want to say something different to a person and give it a name, so that you know who you sent that particular card to. Or you can just have one card and change it each time before you send it out. Or if you leave it generic, meaning the text inside could be sent to anybody, but it's got your signature and your name and all that stuff, you could just hit add to cart, go to the cart, and go through the checkout process and select, you know, say there's 2 people you want to send it out to. You can find those 2 people in your contact list, select them like that, and then go check out. And
If I'm adding something to it, like whatever the brownie or whatever is a, happy birthday or something.
mhm. Yep, so and it doesn't have to be a saved project. You can go to the design store and find something new.
Okay.
This is
I'm
like the
gonna-
souped up version of Shutterfly.
Got it. Okay.
I'm gonna do free designs only because I want to find something quickly. So where is food? Food. There. It's a happy birthday card, but for
Mhm.
demonstration purposes, I can click on, okay. Even though it's showing brownie or birthday cake and gummy bears or whatever that is.
Mhm.
Oh, I have to download it to my account first. Add to my account, it's free, so it's just gonna add it. And then what's gonna happen down below is now it's added the edit button and the add to cart buttons.
Hmm.
So I can select it. I don't even think I have to select it. I wanna click add to cart. And it's gonna tell me, okay, I thought it was gonna tell me, Laura, were you expecting when I hit add to cart for it to ask me if I wanted that gourmet treat or a different one?
No, that's different.
That is different. So
Yeah.
edit. So I want to click edit. And now I can choose which
Oh,
product I want to put that same exact label on,
oh,
right?
Wow, that's new.
Yeah, that is.
Wow.
That's what I expected to see.
Okay. Yeah, this is what I thought would happen if I hit add to cart. You have to click edit. So if you want the gummy bears or whatever that was, you could click add to cart. If you want to change it, you want to click edit. And then I'm going to choose apple rings.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Sorry, we keep puppies in our office.
Oh,
They're cute.
definitely. All right, so it's the label I want. I'm just going to hit save and I'm going to hit add to cart. And I got to remember to take the whatever it was. Are those gummy bears? Do we have gummy bears? There's so many foods in there, I don't even know. Okay, so the apple rings are there, not the gummy things. And you can hit checkout. And that's that.
okay. Got
So
it.
that
I
make
have a
sense?
question that one of you guys might know the answer to.
Okay.
So it used to be in version 2 that some people occasionally wanted to send like 10 postcards to themselves to hand out somewhere, or 10 greeting cards, or 25 or 2,500. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but sometimes
Yeah.
people need that. And it used to be that we had to add a gift to make it into a box so that it would all come directly to me, for example, instead of being each one individually mailed to me and having to pay for all the stamps associated. So do we know in version 3, has that changed? I
Yeah.
see that bulk box there. Can, when I up my postcards and my greeting cards and my whatever to multiples, can I get it into a box without adding a gift? Kathy's
As long
nodding
as,
her head.
yeah. So what you're going to do is add, you got to click that plus sign button as many times as you want it. So if you want 10, you got to click plus 10 times. Make sure you only have the one address where you want everything to go. And the reason for the clicking that many times, even if you want 50 of them, you got to click it, is because Justin was saying, if you put 10 in there and you accidentally hit another 0, you're going to get 100, and you're going to be, and so we're going to a lot of, he wanted to avert the fact that we'd have to make
Yeah.
all those changes all the time. So that's why you have to click it that many times. So if you want 500, you can sit there one day with your coffee. And click, 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 click. You'll see it go up. You'll see the numbers go up. So yeah, but yes. So Laura, yeah, it'll go to whatever one address you put in there. They'll all just go in a box.
Is there a minimum, Kathy, for what will generate that?
I saw
You
it
could
happen
put
with
2,
2.
3, 4. There's no minimum, and as far as I know, there's no maximum. But
So
it depends how long you want to sit there clicking the button.
So if I see the bulk shipping box, I can rest assured that they're all going to go together in one box.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, it's one order. So if I was sending myself the same card, 50, and I wanted 50 of them because I want to hand them out personally.
Mhm.
I put that card in there and I would start clicking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many I wanted, and
Mhm.
just put my own address in there, and it's all going to come to me at one time in one
That's
box.
fantastic.
And you don't have to add, you could just, the postcard's good enough, and
Correct.
you,
don't
if
have
you
to add
wanted
it.
to add a treat for all the work that you do yourself, then you could add a treat.
Yeah, you can give yourself a brownie at the same time.
Well, and if you accidentally add too many cards, you just have more in your office for
Well,
when you
that's
need it.
why, yeah. Well, that's why you have to click it. You'll see
Yeah.
the number go up. You
You'll
won't
get
be able to
extra.
do that.
Did you
Um,
do the same thing with the card as well as a postcard?
yeah.
Yeah, with anything.
Those are actually cards.
If you want
There's
100
some
brownies and you
postcards.
want to hit that button 100 times, and
That is
And-
awesome.
You hit that button 100 times for brownies, please give me your address.
It's probably a good idea so somebody doesn't send out getting 500, but they really wanted 5, because it's
Exactly.
so easy when technology now is so simple on
Yeah.
all these websites. Usually this is the best, of course, but
I of course put the suggestion into Justin that instead of having to hit it 500 times, that a little pop-up comes in and says, spelled out, did you really want to send FIVEHUNDRED?
that's a good idea.
yeah, but then people can't read. So
I totally get it.
So obviously it wouldn't make much sense to do it like this if you are only sending 2 postcards, because look what I'm paying in postage for 2 postcards.
yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, you got to watch your postage, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Except that it wouldn't go through the rollers and it would arrive fresh and pristine. But
yeah,
that's your decision to make, depending on what you're doing, right?
yeah,
Depends how badly you want it. So, but the option is there now.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it is.
Shannon is doing math.
Yeah.
All
How
right,
many
we got 2
brownies and
minutes.
gummy
Are there
bears
any
I
more
want.
questions for Andrea?
This is great. Thank you.
Can I ask Diana a question? Do we have time?
Yeah.
So Diana, you seem really new.
I'm totally new.
When you say that you're going to be sending thank yous out for different things, did you know that our company is known for high personalization plus automation? So you could write a thank you card generic enough that it would apply to everyone in every situation, and yet the recipient would feel like it was a thank you card written just for them. So you could set up one thank you card in an automation, and when you needed to thank Andrea for something, you just click Andrea into that automation and it goes. Are you aware of that whole scenario?
Not so much, no. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, and in our editor, we even have suggested text now
Oh, very
to
nice.
make it sound lovely, yet apply to anyone. So
Mhm.
you don't have to write individual thank you cards unless you really want, or nice to meet you cards.
Yeah.
So that if you're a busy business professional and you need to do a lot of them, and you can get away with, thank you so much, I really appreciate what you did, enjoy this treat and the brownie, right?
Right.
If you get away with that, then you can take advantage of the automation. And yet, if I received that, I would think that you had done that specific to me. And I would notice that you left out the words like, thank you for helping me on that project, or the specific thing that it was, right? So definitely explore that in our, because we're about saving busy business professionals time and money. And that's how we do it, is through those automations that sound very personal and yet can apply in a lot of different situations.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Diana, just on her coattails right there to show you where to find it when you're in the editor, next to the tutorials button is the what to say.
Okay.
So, generic thank you messages, nice to meet you, but also the merge field codes are here. So if you wanted to say, dear first name, and then your thank you text, you could come and paste that into the text. So I want to select the left panel, click on text, add empty text box. And so first name, comma, and then your little thank you note. I'm not even reading what I'm copying there. Just so that
Right.
And you can sign it again. You could really take that to a whole new level. So, but all of the codes are right there, and as long as you copy them exactly, there's no, additional brackets at the beginning or the end.
Okay.
The system will replace that with whatever appropriate information goes there.
Very nice. And then you save it, obviously, so you can use this again.
All the time. And then a feature I forget to show on these a lot is the preview button, because that'll show you what everything looks like before you go. And then everything looks great. After you save it, you can either add it to the cart or you can return to saved projects.
Mm.
And in this case, you would probably want to turn it into an automation so that you then, and you could just leave it in your saved projects and add it to cart over and over again. That would work. But to speed it up slightly more, you would add it to an automation. And then you just check mark whoever you want to receive that thank you card into the automation. So it's just a couple of clicks.
So create an automation is basically, as someone was saying earlier, like the file that's holding it.
Contacts are the
Contacts.
has
Okay. Or you're in your
groups
automation.
that hold the people, but
Mhm.
automations are the automation that you can associate to individuals or groups or a combination of the two, but it's set it and forget it type of thing. So
Okay.
once you set up an automation, you can use it really however you want to.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up for today. I want to remind you that we do have this live training every day at 12 noon Pacific time. But what you really want to do is join us on Saturday with Laura, who does an in-depth training, takes a deep dive, and she'll explain a lot of things to you. It's longer than the hour, but it is definitely worth it. And she is who you want to learn from. She's very good. So come back on Saturday if you can. You can tune in every day and come anytime you want. So thanks everyone for being here. And thank you, Laura and Andrea. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you, ladies. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Terrific.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.